Your relationship to source energy, to spirit, is deeply personal, and it's deeply personal for everyone.
Welcome to the Web of Life podcast. I'm your host, Cody Alexander. Today, we will be hearing two offerings from our spirit bridges. They share divination, wisdom, and journeys with themes of reconnecting with and sharing our innate gifts, honoring the earth, and dispelling the negative voices that infiltrate our minds. Quinn will share some guidance around receiving this type of offering. When wisdom is shared from the perspective of more than one, often there is a bigger picture to be aware of, and it can be helpful to notice how the multiple parts can fit together.
Something that I want to be clear about is that we don't offer whatever comes out of our mouth as any kind of truth or the end all be all. It's what came to us in this moment from a heartfelt place. We hope that the different pieces of the different voices, however many there are, all together, one after the other, might create some kind of mosaic for you of some different responses to your question. Even if something that is said doesn't resonate with you, doesn't feel applicable, or maybe even you don't like it, I would just ask that you set it aside. Maybe it'll have meaning later, maybe not. But we're not trying to tell you your truth. We are offering this and to be helpful.
Here, we journey on your behalf. I encourage you to regard these offerings like they are a form of divination, a set of symbols being presented to you that are up for intuitive interpretation. As you listen, do your best to keep some awareness on the words being spoken and to allow any imagery to play out in your mind. You might even close your eyes if it is safe to do so for you at this time. Breathe slowly and deeply, and notice how you feel in your body as certain words are spoken. Notice any thoughts or feelings that come up for you in response to the things being said, and any imagery that's illustrated here. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We wish you well on your journey.
The card that I pulled provided an image of a person carrying a fiery torch. And I think that that means exactly what it is, that you carry this torch, that you have this assignment that I think you even feel, know, and pick up on, of eventually stepping into work of sharing your gifts with the world, particularly your spiritual gifts. I am being called to invite you to look at this as an initiation. The phrase, the only way out is through, feel all the feelings, came to me. And one of the things that your spirit team is offering is perhaps conducting some kind of ceremony. I hope that you resonate with this, but what came through is like they're very much saying that you're an earth honoring individual and that there's an opportunity to have an earth ceremony providing some kind of offering to earth. Like earth is the main element here, providing an offering in exchange for support through this issue. And connect intuitively about what the lesson is and the message is here for you. There's a reason all creatives and healers move through cycles of action and then this feeling of like stuckness. I personally can relate to this, and I notice how it moves through in cycles, just like seasons, just like how the earth has seasons. And what I've chosen to reframe it as in my mind is that the stuckness is time for integration. And another thing too is that it's really, really hard and almost a blockage. You almost invite in a blockage if you start comparing your healing and spiritual work to other people's, because your relationship to source energy, to spirit, is deeply personal, and it's deeply personal for everyone. And so really trusting that, knowing that, and then kind of getting over it so that you can get to the work of carrying the torch and stepping into it, which will end up being what they're kind of telling me is it's going to be far easier than you think, and that this is kind of a veil, walking through this veil, this initiation, this little step until you get to that point where you can just freely share your gifts. So it's just a little bump in the road. Nothing I'm really feeling is like, it's not too big of a thing. You've done a lot of work around this already. So yeah, may that be of benefit.
I listened to some drumming and I wrote down what came to me. And so I will read those words. I create ways to practice my gifts, to stay in touch with them. Because when I stop engaging with them, they start to feel far away, and it makes me feel lonely for them. I miss them. And so there's another layer. There's the layer of the words that came to me for you. And there's another layer, practitioner to practitioner, which is that we miss and feel lonely for these sacred gifts when they want us to be in relationship with them, and we deny them by not being in relationship. So here's what came to me. There is no waiting for the perfect moment, modality, or invitation to put yourself out there to be of service. I know this from experience. Find ways to enhance and feed your gifts. Practice, 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 and trust that the imposter voice coos and snivels in all artists and healers' ears at various times. Treat it as a bully or an intruder or a whining child or someone other than yourself. Tell it when you hear it to help you be of service or to get the F out. And then find ways to share what comes through you. Find ways to share what comes through you. And you can ask yourself, why do I want to do these things? Is it because I feel called? Is it because I feel compelled to be of service? If so, it is important that you listen to it.
Web of Life is an animist church located in Tucson, Arizona, which is Odom and Pascua Yaqui land, and shares digital space with people around the world. We strive to share our animist understanding with all Earth-honoring people and beyond. And as members of this Earth community of interwoven lives, we commit to contributing to the wellness of the whole, because we all belong. If you would like to journey on your own, you can find audio opportunities to do so at weboflifeanimists.com under offerings. Live offerings are also available. Check our website calendar of live events for details. Thank you for your trust and attention. We are looking forward to our next encounter.